Welcome to Transmissions, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers. On this episode, fans' hobby is getting into the Armada Minicon game. Dr. Wu teases some obscure G1 cassette bots, and Todd McFarlane is working with Hasbro to bring Transformer toys and comics together in one neat little package. Today is Wednesday, December 20th, 2023, and this is episode 569 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that doesn't always carry a sword, but when we do, it's usually made up of tiny jets. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how's it going?
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Hi, everybody. Let's talk Transformers. I was going for a thumbs up, and then I changed it to a point. It's a very cool little move. I don't know whether you noticed that. Very smooth.
Even more so that you've had pointed out.
Yeah.
That's what makes it extra smooth.
Yeah. These neat little things you get when you watch the video. And, he tricked me with the thumbs up and then the point. He got me. Yeah.
All right. Well, today we're starting off with a little bit of sad news, and this was just we're just hearing about this now, but apparently this happened a little while ago. Pauline Newstote, who was the voice of Airazor in the original Beast Wars cartoon back in the 90s, has passed away, and this was confirmed by Candace Santora on Twitter. She is, I believe, she works with Richard Newman, so she's quite familiar with all the Beast Wars voice actors. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunately as time marches on, people will continue to pass away, so it's always sad, and we are offering our condolences to her friends and family. Yeah, I mean, I really liked Airazor on the Beast Wars cartoon. I don't think we ever I don't think she ever made it to any conventions or TF cons to meet with any of the fans or anything, but she was a really good part of that show. So yeah. Sad to see her pass away. All right. So this is our last regular show of the year. So we're going to continue on and try to bring things back up and, talk about some toys and, right before Christmas. So hopefully people are being good, getting ready for Santa Claus to come, bring them a bunch of Transformers. Hopefully, we'll see.
And I want to mention, he mentioned it's the last, regular show. We will still have shows coming out on all the regular days. Yeah.
Charles will not let us miss a week.
No. So the episodes must continue to count on. The ticker must continue to tick. So.
Yeah. They can't mess up the numbering.
If we do miss one show a week, we'll have to miss both shows in that week, or the numbers get off, and Charles just can't handle that.
No, his brain will break.
I don't think you guys give me enough credit. I'll be all right.
We give you the perfect amount of credit, an appropriate amount.
All right, let's talk about some quick hits.
All right, and we're going to start this week by talking about Studio Series number 106. This is Leader Class Rise of the Beast Optimus Primal, and it's got some new packaging. I'm looking at this picture, and frankly, I don't see the difference, but, it's got a giant Optimus Primal on the front. Maybe the window is a little bit different. I can't tell if it's actually got a window in there or not. It doesn't look like it does. I know that they mentioned in one of the live, the Transformers Tuesdays or whatever the hell they did with those, that they're going back to the plastic windows. This doesn't appear to have one of those, but the formatting of the packaging has changed a little bit. So if you're looking for one of those and you are a Studio Series collector, you'll notice a bit of a difference with the packaging.
All right. Next, we've got another announcement coming out of the Singapore Comic-Con from a couple weeks ago. Looks like XM Studios has some very detailed statues of Beast Wars, Megatron, and Optimus Primal. So we've got a lot of pictures, and these were at the Singapore Cybertron Fest at Singapore Comic-Con. You can see all these images here. Megatron and pretty scary face there. But these are kind of the XM Studios style of hyper detailed, very stylized figures, and they both Megatron and Optimus Primal have their own statues. It looks like they could almost like fit together. They're both standing on this kind of field of energon crystals. So, there was a lot of raw energon on prehistoric Earth when the Beast Wars happened. So you can see both of the figures there. And these are nice looking statues. We don't have any information about what they'll cost. I'm sure they're not going to be very cheap, but we'll see. We'll have more information as it comes. But you can take a look at these pictures at TFW 2005 and see if you're interested in these super detailed Beast Wars statues.
Right, next up, we have from Way Studios some officially licensed Bumblebee movie blind box figurines. And I don't think this is solely Bumblebee movie, but these figurines vary from Bumblebee is 10.5 centimeters tall. Optimus Prime is 14.5 centimeters tall. But we have in here even there's a regular sound wave and there's a shattered glass sound wave. And Shattered Glass Optimus Prime apparently as well. So these are non-transforming. They're just figures. They're on a pedestal, or each one has their own kind of stand that they're on. But I mean, they look really cool. If you are into these, I mean, they're officially licensed, and we don't really have any information on price or anything at this point. And they are blind boxes, so I would imagine you'd probably want to buy the whole set if you want.
How big are they?
Bumblebee is 10.5 inches or centimeters tall, and Optimus is the tallest at 14.5. So
not bad.
Like what, 3 to 4 inches?
Yeah.
So it looks cool. It looks really cool.
It's interesting that they call the shattered glass version of Optimus Prime Optronics, which is a very obscure reference to what he was known in his in the Dreamwave days. Like the pre-Optimus Prime in the Dreamwave days was not Orion Pax, he was Optronics. But that was like, it wasn't ever in the comic. It was kind of just mentioned in like a letters page or somewhere. Yeah. So really obscure.
A real deep cut here.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next up we've got the Fans Hobby MB-26, the Saber team. And this is what we kind of referred to in the intro. This is the Armada Air Defense Team Minicons, and they're in prototype here. So you know that they're on their way. And I think this has been teased for a while. This is going to, these 3 Minicons are being produced by Fans Hobby, and they will combine to form the Star Saber for Armada Optimus Prime. So this is something that exists in Armada. I never really watched the Armada show. It was, just in that time of my life when I really just could not care about Transformers. And so this sword becomes, these jets combine to form a sword. And then, it's an interesting little set of Minicons. And you can get this for your Armada Optimus Prime. And you can even get one. You don't have to have the figure to get it. It's just a 3-pack of Minicons. I don't think there's a price for this yet. There might be on one of the different sites here. So this is Fans Hobby. Let's see here if we have a price for any of these. I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. No, I don't see one. But so it's a cool looking set. if you're into the Armada stuff that Fans Hobby's putting out, and you've got some of these big figures, this is an easy little add-on set that adds a lot of value and a lot of playability. So it goes out.
I have the original Hasbro ones, and I always thought they looked so cool, but mine would never stick together. Like, it would never stay in the sword mode, but it looked really cool.
Well, these ones look like they're probably engineered a little better.
Yeah.
I have these two, the original Hasbro ones. I was a fan of the little Minicon 3-packs that they put out, because it was not, you'd get like they'd have a little combined gimmick. They'd also be like 3 little basically Micromasters. And it was, even though I was not into the Armada show, the cartoon, I did like getting those little Minicon packs. So
right on. Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have from Dr. Wu some early sketches of upcoming micro cassettes. They're calling it Impact Wave, Supersonic, and Explosion. And these are 2 cassettes that form the G1 combiner Decibel. And the official names were Graphy, who turns into a Pterodon, and Noise, who turns into an Allosaurus. And this says that they are planned release by fall 2024 in China. So I'm not sure when it'll be outside of China, but I think these look really cool. I love cassette combiners. I think they're all so much fun. So these look great, and Dr. Wu always makes great stuff. So I'm excited to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they do like a G1 re-release of these with the Bumblebee figure a few years ago?
I believe so.
Like the movie, the 2018 Bumblebee movie, I know it was like a Comic-Con release.
I know they released some tapes that were never released in the US, but
there were 2. I mean, there were 2 Bumblebee movie studio series figures that got released with 2 different tape combiners, and then there was that one that came on the card back with the one rumble that was just just odd, and I can't remember. That's the same as one of the ones that came in the Bumblebee pack. I don't know which is which, but yeah, they're one of them is this set. It's just I don't know which one is which. I'd have to go and grab them. I know I have the one up here, so I'd have to take a look.
Mm-hmm.
Garafi and Noizu. So I guess that is this.
Yep.
I didn't realize it was a combiner. I just left it on the card.
Oh, that's the one on the card with the rumble.
Rumble, yeah.
Oh, cool.
All right. Well, our favorite toy designers and marketing team and Transformers at Hasbro have put out a video where they talk about their favorite toys for 2023. So they're calling it the toy draft. I mean, I don't think we're not drafting any of these toys to go to the pros, but they are, just talking about their favorites. So we have Ben, Evan, and Mark. So they are all getting together and talking about their favorite releases of 2023. So you can take a look at that. I did not get a chance to watch this video, but we'll have the link in the show notes so everyone can take a look at. And these guys,
I watched it.
Oh, okay. Tell us.
I spent a lot of time at home this week watching a lot of YouTube videos, and I saw this thing. I thought, oh, this looks like fun. So I watched this, and the one thought that crossed my mind is they started off this video and they said, "Oh, I'm glad you gave us. Glad you gave us sheets with the figures that are on this that we're pulling, because our brains are in 2025 at the moment." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right, because they're designing 18 months ahead, so none of them can remember the figures from 2023." And that is always something that I have to remember. These guys are 18 months ahead of all of the figures that are coming out to the shelves. So they all have to reference all this stuff. And a lot of them are picking figures that are just like, just close to their heart because they designed them or they worked really closely on them. Like Evan picked a lot of what I would consider crappy figures just because he spent a lot of time, on them. And, and I find that endearing, but also it's a terrible way to pick a team. well, these guys are all my friends. I'm just going to pick all my buddies, and you're going to be stuck with a terrible team, right? So, I spend a lot of time in sports, and I grew up in sports, and you do not pick all your friends. You pick the best team to win. And I don't know if these aren't going to be competing against each other in anything, but if I had to guess, Evan would not be winning anything with the figures that he picked. He's got some good figures on there. Don't get me wrong, but a couple of his favorite figures that he picked just because he liked them or worked on them, they would be bringing the team down a bit. They're kind of crummy, but yeah. Anyway, there was a fun little draft to watch, and they a couple of them they kind of gave away a couple little secrets about what's coming up. And one of them we've known for forever, because Evan again gave it away, long time ago, and that was basically that the Dinobot Combiner is going to be Dino King. So I mean that is, everyone's known that forever, because Evan said that like when they were first doing this. So, and I can't remember what the other little tidbit of information was. But they did mention a couple other things as well, so it was kind of fun to just watch. And it's like half an hour or something like that. It's a good little chunk of time. So yeah, cool. It's fun if you've got nothing to do. If you're at home sick for a week, definitely worth the watch.
So I'm hearing, Daryl, you want Evan to join your fantasy football, or I guess fantasy hockey league, so you can dominate him.
Yes, I mean, he admitted it at the very start, is that he does not sport, so he's used those words exactly. So I mean, we're watching the video right now, and you can see the figures that he's picking. His
first one was the Core Class Scar.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, it's come on, man. Come on. It's not a great figure. There are better figures out there, dude. But he picked it because he loved it, because he worked real hard on it. And, I get that. I can respect that, but it's not going to win you any games there, buddy. But yeah, no, it was a fun little watch. And definitely, if you've got the time, it's worth it for sure. All right, and what I've got here is some interesting little tidbits that kind of just showed up online on the Twitter account from Kian Carlisle, Carly. I don't know who I don't know who this is actually, but they have posted some pictures that they got. They said actual new discovery. At the time Transformers Animated was canceled, a deluxe Cybertronian mode Bumblebee and Activator Rodimus were in active development. I was just gifted their CAD drawings. They never reached the model phase. And as we look through these are pretty cool. This is what we're looking at right here is the CAD drawings for the Bumblebee, and we got robot mode and alt mode, and it's really cool. The alt mode is completely different than what we have for anything in animated. So if you're a fan of animated, this is a really neat thing to kind of check out. And if animated was allowed to continue for a fourth season, or if the toys were allowed to continue on, then this is what we would have seen for Bumblebee. And then the Rodimus one, remember, this is an activator. A really cool design, very similar to kind of how the Rodimus looks already for animated, but you can see that there's basically almost the entire body of the car is sitting on the back of the Rodimus. But it's very cool as well. And if you go to the alt mode, you can definitely see it still shares a lot of that car alt mode that we were used to. But a very cool piece of Transformers history here that just kind of showed up online this past week. It's nice to see some of this older stuff.
All right. And we've also got some information about a partnership between Hasbro and McFarlane Toys. So it looks like they are teaming up to do what Hasbro had done a while ago with IDW. But they are creating a new line of toys called Transformers Page Punchers, and this is going to be packaging in basically toys with comics. So you will get, and the press release. There's not a whole lot of information about exactly what there's going to be, but it is going to be several different Hasbro toy lines, not just Transformers. It looks like Transformers, Power Rangers, and GI Joe, and Dungeons and Dragons. And they are going to be packaging figures with comic books. So each release will have a full articulated figure and a comic book, probably featuring that character. And so the kids can get to read and play with a toy. So it's also educational. And
So, I don't know if you've seen these in
so
stores, but I've seen them particularly with DC characters, and the toy itself is tiny.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
be aware of that. I mean, it's a full size comic book, and like I've seen like Superman with like a rebirth story or something. So don't know what generation of Transformers comics, but I would imagine it'll be similar to the like the non-transforming Super 7 type figures, the reaction figures, but even smaller. That's my guess.
Okay. All right, that's less exciting, unfortunately.
Just sent you an image
are
there, Jeremy. Maybe you can use it.
Is that in Discord?
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen these in Toys R Us, is where I generally see them. And these are the DC ones are essentially what the ones that I keep seeing. And it's a lot like an Action Master kind of thing. Super 7. There they are there. So you get the full-size comic book in the back, and it's a great way for people to get a copy of a really cool story. Like, I mean, you've got, for example, if you're familiar with DC, you've got Flashpoint up there with a little Flash figure. And Flashpoint, Jeremy, I don't know, are you familiar with Flash?
Just a little. He's an obscure character. Doesn't really done anything important. Yeah. But
Flashpoint's a pretty big storyline in Flash, or DC in general, but Flashpoint's pretty big. Batman. This is issue 608, I think it is. The start of the Hush, storyline, which is a really great storyline. But this is a really cool issue. There's a couple other on here. You've got there's there's one here that's got the Joker on the cover, and it's a Joker like 23.1 or something like that. Anyway, it's like the daughter of the Joker gets introduced here, I think. But anyway, I can't remember all of the storylines that are on this one, but they generally pick some pretty cool books to feature, and that's really neat. So so I'm trying to remember. I can't place all the books on this list here, and we don't know which ones they're going to pick for Transformers, but the figures that generally are included are not the reason you're buying this book. It's generally because it's got a comic book, and that's cool, and you get a little tiny action figure that might have 4 points of articulation, like shoulders and legs, and that's about it. You might get a neck joint, right? So 5 points of articulation. Like it's pretty basic.
Well, I mean, I hope that means the price it's priced appropriately then, because what I was thinking of was the pack-in comics we got during the Thrilling 30, and then later the Dark Cybertron series, where and this is now this is like 10 years ago now, where they packed in current IDW comics with deluxe Transformers figures. So that was nice that you'd get a full figure and a comic featuring that figure.
Yeah, this is not bad.
I mean, they would need to partner with McFarlane Toys for that. But in the US, I've seen it at Target and Walgreens. I'm sure Walmart's also had them. So they're around.
Yeah. But this is the official Page Punchers line, right?
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, we are going to see the Hasbro line coming next year, sometime in 2024. So as soon as we get some more details or images of those things, we will bring those to you. I guess I'm curious. What I mean, there's lots of, I guess, Transformers, GI Joe, Power Rangers comics. Dungeons and Dragons is still like, I mean, there are a few comics from IDW. So I'm just wondering which comics they're gonna pair with these figures.
Yeah, I mean, I figure that the Skybound stuff is too new, but then you also kind of want to strike while the iron's hot. So it wouldn't surprise me to see at least one of the new series, but also, I mean, could do some iconic stuff like Last Stand of the Wreckers or Underbase Saga. I mean, in all the generations, there is like at least one super popular story.
But is the Skybound Transformers too violent? I mean, if this is marketed to kids, I mean, the first issue has Starscream smushing a guy.
Spoilers. It's. I mean, I think we're putting a little bit too much emphasis on the fact that we think it's going to be focused on Transformers when we're lucky if we get two out of the the wave, right? Because it's going to be like you thought it's going to be like. Dungeons and Dragons might get a book. We're going to get a GI Joe book. We're going to get, a Transformers. We're going to get, some other BS as well. Right. Like, it's going to get, we might be lucky enough to get two books out of a wave of 6. If what we're looking at on the screen is a complete wave of page punchers for DC, then, Transformers might get 2 of those. Right. Like there is one Batman book on this out of this wave, and Batman's their biggest guy, right?
I mean, technically, there's 5 Batman books because you have Flashpoint, which is a Batman story, a Joker book, Nightwing book, and a Batman book.
Flashpoint is a Flash book.
It's a Batman story.
Flash is on the cover.
Okay, this is not argue about DC Comics. Let's move on here.
All right. So Sam Smith, King_Samlock on Instagram. He's a Hasbro designer, and he has posted a lot of behind the scenes information on Tidal Wave and some other figures if you go on down. But these are really cool. He has like a 360 turnaround of the Armada Megatron wearing Tidal Wave pieces, and things like saying how in order to combine with Megatron to create the burning Megatron mode, the miniature versions of the Tidal Wave figure can be like pulled out of Tidal Wave to combine with the Megatron, because like we talked about last week, the scale is just completely off if you use the full size. But these are just really great looks at the figure. So you can just get some awesome behind the scenes stuff. So just check that out on his Instagram. Again, that's King_Samlock, and we'll have the link in our show notes.
I want to know if the mini parts of Tidal Wave can combine into like just a mini version of the alt mode. Like, can you use it for something other than armor for or add-on pieces for the Megatron? Can you actually put it into beside him in alt mode?
Make a little mini aircraft carrier.
Yeah. Can you do that? I want to know about that.
Well, you have to buy it and see.
Not that curious. Somebody will do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all our toy discussion. So let's move on to trips to the store.
The Transmissions Podcast will return after these messages.
And Trips to the Store is powered by our friends at TeePublic. So you can buy lots of Transmissions merchandise at our TeePublic store. That's at transmissionspodcast.com/TeePublic. Got cool Transmissions shirt here. Jeremy is wearing our Good Guy logo shirt. So you can get good guy and bad guy logo shirts designed by Daryl right there on our website there. So I think
Wearing my Mirage, invisibility shirt.
I think we have to turn the lights off for you to be
Yeah.
invisible in your black shirt. But yeah, so if you want to get some Transmissions shirts or any other merchandise, go to transmissionspodcast.com/tpublic. If you want any other TeePublic stuff, use our link and buy stuff through that link, and that still helps out the show. So you don't have to buy Transmission stuff, buy any TeePublic stuff, and use that link. I think TeePublic has still got that 35% off going on before Christmas. So if you want to get some cheap merchandise or
now's the time to get
geekware.
sweatshirts, hoodies.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna get a new hoodie. And
cool.
I saw that they do have new different types of fabrics for their t-shirts. So if you haven't checked in a while, maybe look at some of the other ones. I know some people just don't like the feel of your typical cotton shirt.
All right, check that out. Okay, well, let's talk about the stuff we got this week for Trips to the Store. We're going to start off with Daryl.
Hot damn. All right. Well, as I alluded, I spent the week sick, so I really didn't go out anywhere. And but I have stuff in the room that I can pull from, so I just kind of did that. I thought this would be kind of fun because this is our last, new toy episode before Christmas. And every year I kind of tend to post the picture that I have of me opening up this figure when I was a kid on Christmas morning. So I thought, why not pull this sucker down and show it off? This is my G1 Ultra Magnus in the box. So this is a Canadian boxed Ultra Magnus in the poster box, which it is referred to because it has the little corner box here that says glow in the dark poster inside. So it's the rubber wheels variant of Ultra Magnus, and you can see the Canadian box with the French name of Ultra Mag, not too far off. So yeah, it's a neat piece in my collection. This is not the actual one that I opened up when I was a little kid. This has been reacquired. It's just a fun little piece to have in my collection, though. I adore this thing. So,
and I'm guessing the poster is not there.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
yep.
Oh, nice.
This thing has absolutely everything that is needed for it to be complete. So, though I was somebody that is a very big Ultra Magnus collector, watched the video that I produced when I was reviewing figures back in the day and corrected me and said, the instruction booklet you have in this is an American booklet. And if you really want it to be proper, you have to get a Canadian Ultra Magnus instruction booklet. So I got to do that, I guess, and then it'll be fine. But as of right now, it's I don't care. It's not a big deal to me. So, yeah. But it's fun, and I'll at some point I'll post that picture of me opening up Ultra Magnus on Christmas morning. It's fun because GoBots is on the TV behind me when I'm opening up this thing. It was a great Christmas morning. So yeah.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna go next, and I mean, I think Transformers fans all over have been rejoicing this week.
Not
at least
me.
in the US. It's not everywhere, but the Deathsauruses are here. Deathsaurus. Yes. So here's mine with the awesome Guido Guidi artwork. And then all the figures on the back. I have not opened it yet, so but looking forward to get into this. And this is I've seen everyone open theirs online, so can't wait to dig into this. But it looks good. And put it. I'm gonna get out my Star Saber and put them next to each other. Have a little robot fight. Pew pew, bang bang. Relive my childhood. So yeah. So we're praying for our Canadian friends to get their Death Sauruses soon.
At least you don't have to wait till February.
No.
Yeah.
I have a tracking number, and it says it's coming. It's coming soon. So, yeah, hopefully it'll arrive before I have to leave for work. So,
yeah. All right, that leaves Jeremy.
The last place 2 weeks in a row. Daryl, you're slacking.
I know, I am.
All right, so I made my semi-monthly.
He was sick. Does he get a pass for that?
Yeah, I guess. But anyway, I made my semi-monthly trip to the comic book store. I don't know why I can't make it out there more regularly, but I picked up
Lazy.
Yeah, probably. I picked up a whole stack of comics. 3 of them were Transformer related. So I got here Void Rivals number 6, which we all threw a big meh on. And then I got Transformers number 3. This is cover A, which I think we all said was fantastic. Mm-hmm. And then I also got the connecting cover for issue 3. So also honorable mention, since we are going to be reviewing Duke number 1 in alt mode coming up in a couple weeks, I picked up issue 301 of Real American Hero.
Oh, nice.
Larry Hama. All right. Toy wise, I have 3 new toys. So
it's a Christmas miracle.
It's a Walmart sales miracle. This first one was actually I think this was a Ross pickup, or maybe it was a Target pickup. It was also a sale though, but I got the Buzzworthy Bumblebee RID 2001 tow line. So
nice.
I'm looking forward to getting into this guy. I haven't opened him yet, but love RID 2001 and happy to have grabbed that. The Walmart pickup, the other day in the middle of the night, I was just laying in bed and I saw on Twitter someone posted about the Walmart had marked down the 2-packs that they have down to like $16. And I'm like, I can just easily justify, just without even thinking, $16 for 2 deluxe figures. So
hey, you don't even have to ask your wife for that one.
No, I mean, she doesn't care at this point, but I'm just like, I'll get these 2 Studio Series figures. The one I really wanted was the 86 movie Perceptor, which is great. A little sad that the microscope thing doesn't even just produce a clear image when you look through it. It's just whatever. But
no,
it's great. And my kid actually, like, before I could even do anything with it, he grabbed it and transformed it and was able to just go to town. And it's great seeing that kids are still able to just, the toys are still accessible to the point where a kid can get into it without instructions, just, put it in all its various forms. Whereas as an adult, I'm always having to go to the instructions. The other one in the 2-pack was the Bumblebee movie Wheeljack. And I was not really enthusiastic about getting a movie figure, but this is actually pretty good. This is from the Cybertronian scene at the beginning. And it really cool transformation. And I like it. I was surprised that the white on here is more of a darker, like yellowish white. I don't know. I always picture Wheeljack as being that pristine, white sports car, but still, this is really cool. Smaller than I expected, but I really liked it, and I might pick up a few more of the Bumblebee movie figures from that early Cybertronian scene, just because this is so good. So that's all I got.
Right on.
Wait, that's all you got?
That's all I got. 3 figures, 3 comics.
Oh. Sorry, you got the source last week. I forgot.
Yeah. I can bring him out. He's right here. I haven't had a chance to put him back in robot mode.
Yeah.
But yeah. I still have his sword upstairs. I keep forgetting to bring down here.
All right. Well, that's all for trips to the store. And we'll move on to the rest of the show.
We now return to the Transmissions Podcast.
All right. Let's finish up the show with some convention news.
All right. TF Nation has a bunch of announcements coming up. They've announced that their Minicon in Manchester, UK is going to be on March 23rd, 2024. And this is at a new venue. It's at the Manchester Marriott Victoria and Albert Hotel. This is a single day convention. And, if you're in the UK, go and check out the tfnation.com for all the details. And I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. Tickets are not available yet, but it says that keep checking back and tickets will be available soon. Oh, sorry. Actually, tickets are, they've announced the date. Tickets will be on sale January 6th for the Minicon. And then they've announced TF Nation 2024. Tickets will be on sale February 3rd. And that is going to be August 9th through 11th at the Hilton Birmingham Metropole Hotel, which is where it's always been. And they're celebrating the 40th anniversary of Transformers. And, I think they're going to have some amazing guests. Just kind of, they haven't announced any, but knowing who they normally get and the popularity of TF Nation, they're going to probably have a lot of good guests there. So check that out. Again, tickets are going to be available February 3rd for that and January 6th for the Minicon. And that's always the one convention that it's on our list to try to get to, and it's just going to be so hard for any of us to get to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So hope everyone has a lot of fun.
All right. That's all for convention news. And that takes us to the end of the show. Of course, at the end of every show, we give a shout out to our Masterpiece donatrons. These are the folks who continue to support the show at our highest level on Patreon. So we thank you once again to John Forex Good and Demon Tech 82. We really appreciate your support. And we appreciate all our Donatron support. We thank them for continuing to help us out every month with their contributions. We've got all our bonus shows on our Patreon page. And by the way, We Like Big Bots. It's happening. There's a new episode of We Like Big Bots this week. It's already out. It's already available. If you are a Donatron, go get it now. It's there. Check the Patreon page. It's right there. It's a YouTube video. You can link to it from there. It's Daryl and Dr. Pants at it again.
Yes, real, and it's amazing.
Yes. I got to correct you, Jeremy. The Seinfeld line is they're real and it's spectacular.
Oh.
Still applies.
Yeah.
Hey, Terry Hatcher back in the day. Ooh, all right. Anyway.
Terry Hatcher now.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's very true. Yeah, so if you are a Donatron, you can check it out. If you'd like to become a Donatron and check out We Like Big Bots, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support, and that's where you can sign up. Also, we've got our Transformers Live Play RPG podcast, Empire of Rust. And this week we had a new episode 7 of the Rustford Files, and this is Brave New Junk. And you can check that out at transmissionspodcast.com/rust. We are still doing our side story, the Rustford Files. There's a few more episodes left there. And then we will be getting into season 3 of Empire of Rust. So, keep enjoying the Rustford Files. Let us know what you think of that side story with all different characters, same players, different characters, different stories. So you can keep listening to that. We've got our Transformers #1 exclusive cover with art by EJ Sue, and this is from Skybound's new Transformers series that is available on our website at transmissionspodcast.com/comic. And we've still got some left, so please order it there and check it out. And then if you want to get some labels from toyhacks.com, you can use our code SantaPrime to get 15% off all your orders at toyhacks.com. So if you want to get some Transformers labels for your toys and get those in before the holiday, just use that code Santa Prime and you can get that 15% off. And I think that code will still work up to December 31st. So even after the holiday, after Christmas, if you still want to get some labels, maybe you got a new toy for Christmas, you want to get some labels for it, use that code, get 15% off. All right, everyone. Thanks again for watching and listening to Transmissions. Also, since this is our last regular show of the year, happy holidays to everyone. I hope you have a good break. I hope you get a break if whatever your job you're working, I hope you get a nice long break for the holidays. We will have shows coming out over the break, so don't worry. They just won't be, regular episodes. We are doing something special for Christmas, so we're actually going to give everyone a peek at what?
That's a raise. Sorry.
No. We're going to give everyone a peek at We Like Big Bots. So if you're not a Donatron and you haven't had a chance to see We Like Big Bots, we're going to put a special episode from season 1 up so everyone gets a chance to see that. So you can take a look, and maybe if you like it, maybe you're not already a Donatron, you're encouraged to check it out. Then you can sign up, and we've got 11 episodes right there ready for you if you want to sign up. So you'll check that out on Christmas on Monday, or no, not Christmas, Wednesday after Christmas when that comes, when the regular show comes up. And then next Friday, December 29th, we'll have an alt mode show. It'll be a review of Duke #1. So get ready for that, because Duke #1 comes out next Wednesday, and so we'll have a review for that.
And we're forcing Daryl to read it.
So look forward to that. All right, everyone. Again, happy holidays, happy New Year.
Happy festivals.
We'll see you in for the rest of us, and we will see you in 2024. Or, well, we'll see you in alt mode, and then we'll see you in 2024. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Stay healthy. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool Transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our Transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.